Hey everyone, welcome back to Unicorn Princess Gotham. I'm Onikage. This is going to be my second video for Above Snakes. I've got about 14 hours in the game so far, and I just want to share some of the stuff I've learned and show the world that I've built. I had an original save, and then once I had figured some stuff out, I decided to start a new save because I felt like my world was getting a bit too big. So what I've actually done is gone for a minimalist approach. So as you can see, I have my house here. You can actually destroy the first square you start on, which is kind of interesting. You can also have some of the pieces that you've used that you don't actually need here. I don't know if this will negatively impact the game, like with the story mode, but these places seem to be single use, and after that they were just kind of annoying that they were there. Um, Oh yeah, let me go back up one more time. So yeah, so I got the Fisher's Hut here, got the lumberjack cabin, got the super close. I don't know if I'm going to get a piece later that lets me do prairie, plains, and forest all together, but I could definitely remove more pieces if I did that. And then just because of the connections required, I've got this to here, to the cottage, the fishing places. I've built some extra pieces because I'm trying to get more iron. Once I've gotten past the iron stage, I'll probably demolish some of those. I haven't even put my stable down yet because fast travel, I don't really need to. I mean, I guess I could put it up here maybe, but yeah, not really any big distance I need to travel, and I've already gotten the majority of the materials I need from these places. So, just I was spending a lot of time just running around, and now I don't need to do that. Um, I've got kind of a small setup. Like this is just built here, and so is the windmill just to get me to level 5 for the workbench upgrades. One interesting thing that's kind of cool is that if you look over here, this shows you what workbenches you're in range of. So you don't have to use just that workbench. Like this says tannery, okay. But because I'm close enough to the anvil, I can actually do stuff on the anvil, which I actually do need to make the ice picks. Let me go ahead and do that. Okay. And you know what? I need the ring too. But yeah, you can do all those. It doesn't show you the workbench over there, but you can also use the workbench from where I'm at. And like I said, you can see I've got tier 5. Looking forward to building some of this stuff. I don't have bronze yet. I guess I'm going to be using this for growing food once I find the cows. That's the quest I'm currently on. So a couple important things I wanted to share. I don't know if these are glitches or if this is working as intended, but if you go to the perks, like tier 3, okay, you've got two. You've got every time a tin ingot is crafted to or produced, same thing for the leatherworking. Now you can switch between these two. That's not a problem. And you can do it as far as what you're going for in terms of what you're about to be crafting. The problem though is that, okay, we've got the leatherworking. Let me see, do I have, okay, so I've got 4 hides, so I can show what I'm talking about. So you can craft more than one thing at a time. The problem is, if you watch, okay, craft 1, get 2, exactly the way it's supposed to be. But if I say craft 3, I should get 6. However, I'm only going to get 4 because it only does the extra one for the craft per. I don't know why that's a thing, but it seems to be pretty universal for anything that you're doing. Anytime there's a bonus, you don't get that if you craft multiple at a time. So again, not sure if that's a glitch or working as intended. The bee things are super useful to have because they pay for themselves. But one interesting thing is that once you harvest them, you've got your little timer. But if you grab it and move it, now you can harvest it again. So it essentially resets the timer. I don't know if there's other harvest pieces that you can do later like this, but I would assume it probably works the same for all of them. One useful thing that I recommend doing, especially early on, is, and you can move the one that you have, but it's good to have an extra campfire, because what you can do is you have your campfire, and when you're fishing and gathering water specifically, gather water takes 10 stamina every time you do it, and for whatever reason, you can only do it at the fishing spots. So let's go ahead and put that down. Okay. And then see, the fatigue is dropping, which is, you run out of fatigue and then you're moving slow. However, light the branch, and whenever you're in range of branches, you get your fatigue back. So, scoop, losing fatigue, yet regenerating fatigue. This is really useful for two reasons. One, you can get like way more water, but the other thing that's cool is that when you go to cook the water, you've already got your fire going, and it's fine if the fire runs out, because the fire, I don't know why, but you light it with a branch, and to keep it going, you have to add lumber. But if it goes out, you just light it again with the branch. So it's like it's easier just to do it that way instead of wasting lumber. Another thing that is good to do early on is to get your stamina up, which you can do by like sprinting into the fire. I think if you put a fence down, this would be easier. But yeah, you can just do your sprint, drain your fatigue, and then stop while you wait for your stamina bar to raise. Your fatigue also gets replenished back. So it's a good option for trying to get back your stuff, like trying to skill up, essentially. Um, the uh, the market and the way to earn coin early on is kind of strange. Like, you can basically sell a tin bar for 5. I believe it's 5. But you can also turn it into 5 nails, and the 5 nails also sell for 5 each. So it's like it's a pretty good swing. Um, just to do something like that. Same thing for like branches. If you turn them into like the railings and sell the railings, it's way more money to do it that way. Another thing you can do with any berry bush, we'll try it with the huckleberries here just to show, is you can grab your huckleberries, and then once it's empty, you can get your axe out, and even though you've already harvested it, boom. You chop it down, you get 2 more. Eventually, the bush actually will grow back on its own, so you're not really in danger of like permanently eliminating all of the bushes by doing that. Something I did for this area, because you get like your winter clothes, but if you wear them here, you overheat. So I bind them to one of the keys just so that I can take them off and put them on much faster, because I'm still going up to the winter area. I've normally have my world pieces maxed out at any time because I'm trying to keep the world as small as possible. But with the coin I've been able to get, I've been able to buy ink, and that's another thing as far as the workbench, which is something I'm glad I just remembered, is for the workbench, the number 5 perk is for 15% better prices. I'll switch to this once I need ingots. Right now I need the ore, because the ore is how I unlock the other field for the farmer. Um, I would also recommend grabbing mushrooms early on anywhere you see them, because 2 mushrooms and water give you mushroom soup, which restores sanity, and it's a high restore of sanity, and you lose sanity whenever you harvest from the like the zombie lost soul things. And killing them is, you run into them everywhere, especially at night, but you get the rotten teeth from them, and then you can keep upgrading this Lost Souls necklace. And every time you upgrade it, it seems to take 5 teeth every time. It just keeps giving you more bonuses, so it is really worth it just to like to harvest them as often as possible and do that. Other thing I would recommend is that like when you're doing the water thing, also do the fishing because fish restore health, um, but meat does not. Meat only does hunger, but the fish, fishing, once it's cooked, it does restore health. You can sell fish too. I haven't really gotten into that too much. Like there's like different tiers of fish. Like I've seen like epic quality sturgeons that you can sell, and they sell for like 12, which isn't bad, but really just using them for the meat is the better way to go, I would say. But yeah, so I will have a third video because we won't be doing a stream. Normally we do a multiplayer stream on the third week for Unicorn Princess, but because this isn't multiplayer, we won't be doing that. So for the next one, I'll just be doing the final video where I've gotten to with about 25, maybe 30 hours into the game, and just see how far I can go and see if this minimalist approach pays off or if it ends up really hurting me later. Also, Echo will be putting up some other videos shortly, so be on the lookout for those as well. The game, I believe, is on sale on Steam right now because they are having an event, so definitely check that out. So far, I'm really liking it. It's absolutely worth getting, so, for the price at about like 20 bucks, totally worth that price for the enjoyment I've gotten. But yeah, hopefully you found this helpful. Again, not sure if that stuff is glitches or exploits or working as intended, but maybe it'll help you in your game. Take care, stay safe, and see you next time.